Welcome to At the Vanguard. We're TB Vanguard, and our motto is for fans by fans. We showcase fans on the front line of the Team Breezy movement. This podcast is an open forum to discuss current topics as they relate to Chris Brown and his fan base.
Just want to welcome everybody to podcast number 26. It's our last one for 2017. And we're pretty excited. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about this year, but we also have some activities we're going to be doing on our social media pages to close out the year, acknowledge achievements, and to thank everybody for their participation in streaming the album and having the impact that it had. So again, this is the last one for this year. We got some really exciting things planned for the podcast for next year. But I just want to welcome everybody for participating in this one and all the ones you have participated in. So I'll kick it back off to Paula.
Yay. Okay, so
first topic?
Right. Did you see some video from that?
That was the one in Detroit the other day, right?
Yeah, Detroit. Yeah, but last night, tonight is Chicago. Yeah, the other night was Detroit. Did you see? I wanted to bring up. Somebody was on Twitter saying, or on Instagram saying, "Oh, we sexually harassed Chris, and he forced and made him wear jeans. He wore jeans to perform the time."
Wore jeans because it's cold.
I think he did. I think he was harassed into it because it's not cold inside.
We weren't that much of creeps to make him want to put on some jeans. I would hope that we weren't being that.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Maybe
you weren't, but a lot of people were. They were really bad.
Oh, yeah.
They were really bad.
Very creepy because I knew that a lot of the girls that were talking the most still were the youngest, and I'm like, oh.
just to catch the people up who weren't on the podcast last time, what happened is I think it was Sade saying that she wanted Chris to wear gray sweatpants for the tour and all his performances, and a lot of people were talking about the gray sweatpants that he wore for his last two performances. So that's what Barbie keeps saying, that he was sexually harassed because everybody was wanting him to keep sweatpants on for the duration of any performance he does.
Right.
I posted a tweet about that. I have no shame.
I mean, he leaves a lot to the eyes to look at.
Okay, let's not start it up again. Okay, my poor boy was forced to dance in jeans. Probably could hardly move.
And Timberland boots. I was pretty impressed, but and Timberland boots. I was kind of impressed, but then I was like, he wore Timberland boots to my show at the party tour. He had on big boots. I guess he was like, I'm in New York, so let me put on some Timberlands. But I've always find it really impressive when he can dance, well, not him, but just people who can really dance really well in Timberlands. Those are really heavy boots.
They're cumbersome. I find them hard to walk in snow. I mean, they're the perfect shoes for snow because they have to give you traction, but I find them clunky. So, yeah, I can't imagine dancing in them.
I have to have a pair. I'm a New Yorker. It's in my DNA. I have to have a few pair.
I saw the funniest thing where this man was teaching his daughter how to box, and that's what the person who posted the video was talking about. And I'm like, why are we ignoring the fact that there are Tims on the tree as ornaments? Did you see that video?
Mm-hmm.
That was hysterical.
And the hat was like the star.
And the star was a Yankees cap, and the stockings were three Tims hanging on. Oh my God, I thought that was the funniest thing ever. And everybody was acting like that was completely normal. That was really funny.
Oh
my goodness.
Looking at Big Show, a lot of people, I was watching video clips and stuff on YouTube and just videos on Twitter. A lot of people said that his set was very short. He was supposed to initially perform for half an hour, but he performed for 20. And even though he looked really happy on stage, he was kind of very abrupt when he left off. He didn't really, he performed and got off the stage, bye. I was like, oh.
I heard that.
Yeah, I seen a few tweets that he was his set could have, they felt like it should have been longer. I was like, he only had half an hour. Usually he gives about half an hour, 40 minutes. I guess that's because that's the thirst of people wanting more. Because when you see him dancing, he gets in his element, you want more.
Yeah.
I think maybe it wasn't that short. Y'all just wanted more. That's all.
But it always seems short, no matter how long he performs. I've seen him perform over 2 hours, and it still didn't seem long enough. But when I saw I can't remember the name of the arena, that they tweeted and they were like, "Oh, it was a great closing to our big show this year." So, I mean, they were pleased. So I don't think anything out of the ordinary happened. It's probably just people just greedy for more Chris, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it wasn't like no upset because he wasn't clearly mad about anything. But I don't know, maybe he wanted more time. I guess because when you go to, because he was the main attraction. That's why everybody was coming. Like, just be honest. Like, everybody was coming to see him. So basically, it was like his opening act, and then it's Chris. So a lot of people were calling it a Chris Brown concert. I'm like, no, it's not just his well, I guess it is just his concert then.
Yeah, it's definitely a festival. Shay, I couldn't remember but whether you were in Detroit or Chicago, but I remember now you're in Chicago. Are you going to the show tonight?
Oh, I'm not going tonight.
Oh. I thought we had another correspondent in the town, because I know you're in Chicago. I still got to get your video, Sade.
I know. I'm going to get it from my sister. Once she finished, but she's in the process of editing it. She told me she's going to send it. We were just FaceTiming through before we talking. I was like, girl, where's my video? She's like, give me some time. Like, okay.
We'll kick that off. Kick off the year with that in our YouTube channel. So that'll be good. Okay. We've got to refurbish that channel.
Okay.
Okay. So, Jandy, you had a good time watching Chris perform at the Detroit show and the New York show?
Oh yeah, watching the videos, yeah.
Because I know you were saying you had no shame about harassing him.
Never.
Well, I know another thing though. We heard that we're very close to platinum, but I think it's already platinum. I suspect it's already platinum. I saw one of Chris's cousins or his girlfriend tweet that the platinum plaque is on the way. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, I kind of felt like it's been platinum, or maybe he's just waiting to make sure that everything is appropriate. Because I was like, when Hits Daily Double, because I found that picture of basically the sales of the top 50, best-selling albums 2017, and I was like, oh, okay. And when I read the fine print at the bottom, there was like no streams or sales prior to the release date was calculated into the final total. This is basically the sales it's had since its release date in 2017, or whatever case may be, since its release. This is what they sold and how much it was streamed in 2017. And considering it's the fourth quarter he released his, so he had 2 months. And I was thinking, 560 million times, over 500 million times in 2 months, this album has been streamed. Ain't no way it's not platinum already. He's creeping up on double platinum if that's the case.
So maybe that's what they're waiting on. I don't know, but it has to be
But
platinum.
we saw the RIAA had posted it, what was that, like 3 weeks ago, that it was platinum, and we were just waiting for the official word from them to say it. So, I mean, any way you look at it, it has to be platinum by now, but the number of streams, I think that Steven CBE said Chris had over
560 million. 560 is what he posted.
60 million streams. That's a lot of streaming. I mean, we all been kicking butt on the stream side.
But it's not just us. It's people who genuinely that's not even consider themselves like Team Breezy, just people who like Chris Brown's music that listens to that album like the replay value of that album is very consistent. That 2 months later, it's still in the top 20 and still number one on R&B. A few albums came out since his drop, and they kind of haven't really shook his spot. Really, as far as like an R&B album goes. No one really shook his spot since it dropped. It's a good album. Because he's still managing to push, close to 40 and 30K every week. And it's like, it's not just us doing that.
I agree.
It's not just us. It's everybody. And we still keep seeing people who come out of the blue and say that they think it's the album of 2017, that they're not Team Breezy. They're just music lovers, and that's good to see.
especially the ones that's like, oh, he dropped so many songs that I haven't heard one. I'm like, girl, you lying.
You know, I saw that one. I'm like, yeah, you haven't answered the questions and all the other songs.
He was just trolling. That guy was just trolling.
Yeah.
We got to stop feeding it. We can feed him all the next 2 days, but come 2018,
it kind of backfired for him making that tweet because a lot of people was like, really? Give me the link to the album. I'm like, that was just promotion.
Right.
And now the album is climbing back on iTunes. I'm like, see? When you do
that's how it always
clownery,
happens. That's how that trolling always works.
Yeah. Looks like CM has joined us. Hi, CM.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, CM.
Hey, Sim.
Hello.
CM, you really
So,
blessed me
what-
today with your post about positive thoughts. I needed that today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah. Well, one thing that brings me into one thing. I think we need to have like a burial of certain topics and certain names for the coming year. Like, we can make this the official funeral for certain topics from 2017. Does anybody have an idea? Let's just make the rounds. I want everybody to, as I said, let's just make the rounds. So let's start with you,
Okay.
Shay. Is there anything that you want to bury in 2017, or a name, or a practice, or something from social media?
Can old girl be one?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I got a few.
Definitely.
That would be the main one for me.
That's the first one for everybody. I think.
Right. CM, do you have that one?
Who? I
know.
don't know that person. I don't know that
You don't
person.
know her.
She who shall remain nameless.
Right.
Right.
CM, do you have one?
Well, first of all, let me second that nomination so that we can all be on one accord.
And we all vote aye.
All who's in
Eyes
agreement,
have it.
when you bury it, it's got to be gone forever. No matter anything that antagonized you or, any type of stunts, it is buried, done. You get no attention.
Right.
So, my next thing that I want buried is 2009 situation from the Grammys. I want it buried forever.
That would be great.
Like just bury it, because I don't think anyone should spend any time discussing that situation. Like just it's done. They both said what they said. Let's bury that. That's what I'm gonna nominate.
Okay, we'll put that in the tomb. I already opened up the tomb and I just put that in. 2009. Okay, D.
I think I would just want it to be where all the little thirstmongers who try to get shine off of Chris, that we just ignore them.
No shade.
Anybody trying to use him for a come up, when he's gonna respond?
Right.
And I think Shay called that other person the wind or the sea, or what's that guy's name? All of them. Just eliminate all of them.
Okay, Jandy. Jandy, you want to bury anything? Jandy? Oh, maybe she stepped away. Sade?
Oh, okay. So I piggyback off of She Who Shall Remain Nameless. Got to stay in 2017. She should have been gone.
Right.
09 definitely has to be buried, considering the fact that it's almost 10 years. Like, no way. We shouldn't still be dwelling on something that happened almost 10 years ago. Both parties have moved on, spoke their piece, and are cordial with each other, mind you. Oh, another one. Please stop fake hating him for retweets.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
the slander of him for retweets is like using his name at this point. It's like now you're using him for a retweet. So there's no way that of all the people in Hollywood and the industry that he is the only one that got to be. And also, if you use that as an example, let's leave that in 2017, him being the poster boy for DV. I'm so tired of people when any sort of situation when anybody happens, but
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Him as an example for anything.
I will add that to the tomb. Yes.
What they did, hold them to their wrongdoings, just them. Do not add other people into other people's situations. Like, I don't understand how rape cases and then he gets thrown into it. Like, what? How? What? That doesn't correlate.
Totally doesn't.
But you know,
correlate.
that cause what that will entail is for us not to feel we have to defend. Because if you're gonna leave it buried, then you let them be over there on that thing on their own. You know the truth. Keep moving, because they need us in order for it to be something. If we never say anything, they got nothing. So we're gonna leave all that negative stuff. Honey, you can go over there and fight with yourself. You don't know why you got a career. Deal with it. Pray about it. Ask God. Do something. I don't know, but you're not gonna make me into it.
Another one you gotta bury it in. These Instagram blogs that pick and choose when they want to like him.
Oh,
they don't. Like, you know, do not post him at all. If you're gonna be biased or flip flop, don't post him at all. Just keep his name off your blog because you're using it for clicks. That's all. Like, I had to block, and I thought I blocked them, but I had to block them again, and I clearly didn't block them. The Shade Room, when they took a picture that was a week old from him on set of She-Ball and they posted, like, captioned it, like, why? Like, first of all, he's been spamming like crazy on Instagram. So that means you scroll down his page for a picture that's a week old,
right?
To screenshot it, to post it on your blog so you can get comments. Like, but you want, like, what they want a response out of him so bad, and that's the thing too. People who try to get I realize that all the people that he was either cool with, or people just on Twitter that try to slander him, they use these, I guess, slandering tweets against him because they want a reaction. But the fact that he hasn't given anybody any type of energy all 2017 except for the little BS with Soulja Boy he entertained in the beginning of the year. He's been giving nobody anything, and now they're grasping for straws. So now everything is a problem. Him breathing is, oh my God, why?
Well, if you ever notice, it's the same tweet, right? Just from different accounts, right? It'll be, how do he still have a career? That's number one. And then the next one is that person that's buried now about the Christmas thing. Like, those two tweets are like forever ingrained for somebody to post.
I gotta disagree though. I gotta disagree because I agree with everything about the other tweets, but I'm not even gonna lie. I love the 5-year anniversary tweet.
Oh my gosh.
That's because you're shady.
I loved it. I didn't know who they were talking about, but I knew who the other two people were. But I love the 5-year anniversary tweet.
About that situation, and that same thing right there. People being a flip flop, whether they want to rock with him or they want to slander him, because they find that situation key every time it's posted every year on Christmas. They find that situation to be so funny. But the gag is, Sis was lying because he spent Thanksgiving and Halloween with her prior to Christmas, girl. You missed all the other holidays. It didn't matter.
Yeah, because she told that lie, and she never seem to keep up with them. But and this is all I'm talking about her. But yeah, because you got to keep them straight. If you're gonna lie, you got to keep it.
That's true.
But
that's true.
I still like the 5-year anniversary though.
Yes,
I still
because that's one of the first tweets that we had go viral from TV Vanguard, because I was one of the first people that saw that on, and I was like, oh my God, I don't follow sports, and I was like, oh my God.
I was the one who called you, Paula. Guess what I just saw? Come on, Paula. We caught that one when those two showed up. But I'm still gonna say there's some things that are iconic that we're just gonna have to accept. And I think that tweet of saying 5 years ago today, Chris said he was going to the store, and then
because did he really say he was going to the store?
No, he didn't say that. But here's the thing: the fact that just shut everything down. That was an all-star game, and everything got shut down when they showed up. And that's all that's just saying is that they had that kind of power, because after they left the game, nobody even cared about the game anymore.
Yeah, it was a championship.
Except me, because I'm a diehard Laker fan. But it was great having it there, I must say. When they walked across my screen, I was like, I started freaking out.
But like, were y'all really shocked? Because like we had all the pictures and stuff prior to.
I was shocked that they were at that nationally televised game, and it was the Lakers. The Lakers home Christmas Day.
It was the Lakers Christmas game.
And New York
like a
Knicks.
huge event. Yep, that's a huge event, a huge game.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
I
here
just-
they come, and they shut everything down. All
And they're
eyes
at the
on them.
end of the Laker bench. You don't understand. They were at the end of the bench, right? You know, so they're sitting like right there. They want the world to see them. They know what's up. They know what they were doing. And yeah, so I remember watching Kobe Bryant go. Well, you can't see my face, but he took a double take, like what, you know? And I was just like, yeah, Kobe, I'm saying the same thing.
And the funny thing is when they got up and left, it wasn't even the end of the game.
Nope.
And that was the end, and that basically was the end of the game because all the cameras followed them out to the
Right,
parking lot.
but it was so great because old girl, like an hour prior, had put up that picture like they were just getting out of bed, and she had wanted everybody to think that. She had on the t-shirt, everything, and then boom. It was like, girl,
but see,
you
but
need
see,
to
that's
stop.
the thing is,
And she
that's
took the picture down.
But see, that's the thing is that it was still games being played, and she was out the loop, and she was still trying to get some relevancy. But we don't care about that. I'm just waiting for the 10-year anniversary to say one day Chris said he was going to the store, and by then it had morphed into something else to say. One day Chris said that he was going to Jack in the Box, and ended up at the All-Star. You know what I'm saying? Because it didn't morph into where they don't even mention her. It's just the fact that he said he was going somewhere and he ended up there. That's
Right.
all. I love that. Tweet,
One
though.
second. We got a new caller. Who's here?
It's Tammy. Hi, guys.
Hi, Tammy.
Hey, Tammy,
Hey,
is it
CM. Hey, D.
Is it snowing
I'm sorry?
out there on you? Is it
Yeah,
snowing
it
out
is.
there on
It is. It is
Hey.
snowing.
Yes,
There's a lot of snow already.
Well, Tammy, you came in the middle of a funeral. We're having a funeral for phrases and names and people and situations that we want to bury in 2017.
Right. Okay.
Do you have something you want to bury?
No, not really. No.
Okay. Jandy, come back. Jandy, did you have something you want to bury?
Yeah, I couldn't get my phone off mute a second ago. Hey, Tammy. Y'all about covered everything I was going to say, except just, well, like all the negativity and the hatred towards him. I'm just like over it. Let it go. Just leave the man alone. It's been enough.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Please.
Another thing needs to be buried in 2017. Saying all his songs sound alike, please.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Hopefully this album finally shut that down, because I think it's been a second, knock on wood, since I've seen any of that.
The argument now is not that his songs sound the same, because Heartbreak on the Full Moon proved that he can make a whole diverse album and it flows and it sounds good, but now it's he releases too much music. That's the problem now. It's too many songs.
They just got something. They just got to say something. That's all. Let them keep talking about it though.
So let's bury the need for people to keep Chris's name in their mouth. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one, Sharon.
We should play Post and Delete, right?
Yeah.
Where he said
Oh, yeah.
and remember he posted that, and then a lot of people who were trying to take some shine off of Chris, and it just applied to him. We said juggling his balls, and anyway, let me stop.
Yeah. Another thing, Tammy, you missed. We were talking about the sexual harassment of Chris and how he wore jeans at the performance the other night.
What? The sexual harassment of what?
Because of the gray sweatpants.
Oh.
They harassed him so bad he wore jeans at the Detroit show.
I'm gonna have to disagree with the fact.
I thought that's the first thing I thought when I seen those jeans.
He knew what he was doing wearing these sweatpants. Come on, he knew what he was doing.
Trying to be comfortable, and y'all just
no, he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
Y'all ruined it, and so now he is in some tight jeans trying to make it.
I like when he wears jeans. I love when he wears jeans. I like his thighs. He has really nice thighs. So I don't mind when he wears jeans. I like it.
And the jeans split sometimes. Oh my God.
deteriorated. Going downhill.
I like that he was jeans. I could keep the sweatpants. I like that he was jeans.
As we say out here, any old way. How about those Lakers?
So we're gonna close.
If he wears jeans again tonight, then it's official. Like, okay,
yeah,
he tired of us.
Yep.
He's tired of us being underneath his house.
I got a question. Did anybody get a chance to see what his hair looked like? Did he ever take his hat off?
No, he didn't take his hat off.
No.
Did he?
I wonder if
he got a black tie event at Dre's tomorrow. He better not have. Oh my goodness, he better look. If he looks a ragged mess, I'm going to fight him. I'm going to find him. He better not.
So just tell him. He listens to you. Obviously, he listens to you. So tell him what you want him to wear. You want him to wear a tux? You want him to wear a suit? What do you want? Tell him what you want.
He can wear anything but jeans or a sweatsuit. Don't wear no black pyramid. Put on a nice 3-piece. Put your little tic-tac shoes on. Cut your hair, please. Oh, my goodness. Cut it.
Hey, somebody turn on dip.
Ooh.
What happened?
Exactly. Turn on sip.
Oh.
We'll see, because I'm pretty sure he's going to go straight from Chicago to Vegas because tomorrow he has his party. So hopefully he gets a haircut in that time frame. Maybe
I'm calling a haircut. I'm calling a tux. Updated tux. That's what I'm calling.
Let's put that in the universe and ask God to make that happen. Because
you can't have a black tie affair and then come with jeans. Well, he doesn't care anyway, but you can't have a black tie affair. Everybody dressed in their Sunday's best, and he comes with jeans and sneakers.
He can come with exactly the way he looked on the flyer. That's how he can come. Just like that.
Or remember that time that he had that like a lavenderish color jacket with the black pants and the tuxedo shirt?
Oh,
his
that was
dress too.
Look, yeah, he did look good.
You can leave. Well, he's gonna leave all the rats behind because they're all gone. But anyway, the outfit looked good.
That was a good funeral, though. We buried some good things and some things that need to be buried. I mean, that
haircut needs to be buried in 2017 too, Chris.
But I think that was all for the movie and stuff. That's why I'm wanting to hear. I'm actually wanting to see what his hair looks like because supposedly he's going up for another movie. So let's see if his hair is short. That's what I'm hearing.
Not with that hair, please.
Right.
I'm telling you, I
The
bet you
hair got to go.
I bet you the hair is cut. I bet you. He's clean shaven.
I think it's gonna be cut. I pray it's
Did we notice that he's getting a little chunky? I'm like,
yes.
And then he posted gym time. I'm like, oh, he about to get fun for this tour. I am hype. Oh, Lord Jesus. I'm like, he about to be
And all you gotta do is add in the gray sweatpants, and you happy, right?
Yeah, he can bring back the chair from the same tour. Oh yes. Oh yes.
No.
Yes.
No,
ma'am.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, let's move on, Paula. Let's move on.
When you can have people calling the police for inappropriate for an unwanted hug, no. These are not the times for that chair. That chair is gone. Let it be gone. No. Don't let him set himself up.
He got to ID people before he pull them on stage. Girls be looking 21 and they be only 16. Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. That's it for that chair. No. It was good while it lasted. No.
It was a good run.
It was a good run. You can't have that come back. So, I mean, other than RIAA and burying things, I did not have a lot for this thing. Does anybody want to bring up anything else?
Well, Paula, we still need everybody to submit their mixtapes because we're about to publish CM's mixtape today, and we want everybody else to give us the playlist so we can do something creative for it. Okay, so we can get. Remember how we talked about last Saturday that we were going to make a playlist of the way we wanted the album to be or our favorites from the album. So we got something creative we're going to be doing for everybody who does it. And we're going to kick it off with CM's.
Yeah, CM even has a cover for hers.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh.
So, Sade, what we did was people made their own playlists because she has certain songs that she loves, and her mixtape is Heartbreak on a Full
It's the
Moon,
fight for love.
right.
So she has her own subtitle and everything. So something like that. If you have some list you want to put together. And
I like that.
looking
Fight
for
for
it.
love.
Yeah, me too.
So make sure you guys send it to us. I think we got yours too, Tammy, because you created yours on Spotify, right?
No, that's only like 5. I have way more than that.
Hey,
Well, make sure you
how
guys
many
get
songs
to
is there?
us.
Mine's gonna be long though. My playlist
Yeah,
is gonna be
like-
long.
It could be long,
Is there a
but we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something as a surprise for you guys, and it's gonna be very creative. But we need you to create that and make sure you get it to us, and we'll make sure we put it on all.
I'm
of our
gonna
social
do
media
it. I'm
accounts.
gonna do it as soon as we get off the podcast.
Yay, I love
could do that. 1, 2,
surprises.
3. 1, 2, 3 is no biggie.
Not really 1, 2, 3. It's very hard for me to pick what songs because, like, literally, I only even the extra songs that we got before Christmas. Like, it's not really that many skips. I would put the whole thing. I only skip like.
Okay, but here's how we're gonna try and use it as an analogy, only because it makes sense. One of the things that we're using as the prototype of it is something that was called Love and Soul. Is that what it's called, Paula?
Body
It
and
was
Soul,
a Body and Soul. It was a time music thing where they had like 5 or 6 albums, and they looked like CD covers, and each CD had a series of songs that set a particular mood. And so we want to do the same type of concept where each one of these playlists, we're going to turn it into a mixtape, and have like the different types of themes based on what it is that you love the most on the album. And so that's why we want everybody to do it. I mean, having CM do Fight for Love, that's the perfect way to start it off. And then we're going to have like a theme for each one that you guys give us. But we got a surprise for you guys at the end. So we want everybody to make sure you give it to us. We'll put it on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Right, Paula?
Yeah, Instagram will be able to advertise it on Instagram. We'll do
Okay.
a little, you'll be able to.
And we'll also have
cover
it on our website too. But and all the streams account towards the sales as well.
Right.
Okay, that's easy. When I can pick a certain mood, I can break this. It's easier for me to break up the songs like that depending on the mood. Like, okay, I'm feeling down and depressed. Let me listen to these songs.
Right.
I want to cry. Yeah. It's easy. Okay, that's easy. I want to turn up here. I can separate that. But just like, I'm still trying to figure out. I don't even have a top 5 or a top 10. I do know that Hope You Do is my favorite song from the album.
Yeah.
Favorite song. I listen to that song on repeat every day, at least 10 times in a row. Then I move on to it.
Yeah,
It's good.
that has become definitely my hands down favorite. And what's the other one? Tell me, show me what to do. Tell me what to do. Those, yeah. So
Are you guys surprised that he hasn't gave us a video before the year ended? Like, I kind of want a new video or a new single.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of over building automobiles now, so it's still doing what it needs to do on radio, but that's just because people like that song. But
Right.
I want a new song now. I want a new video.
I think he's letting High End get a little bit of the shine since it's on that playlist that LeBron has. So I think he's trying to make sure that peaks out towards 100 million as well.
I'm wondering, is he really kind of letting the fans determine what the next single gonna be? Meaning, not just holding on about the, trying to see one song go up or whatever. Because to me, he's never really that person that's just waiting around to see which one of these songs is gonna do before he decides if he's gonna do another video. It's just more like, what are they hyped about right now? And can I get with that? So I'm like, tempo is right there. He's actually doing Hope You Do when he's doing his performances now. It's another song. What other song you doing, guys?
Juicy Booty. But see, Juicy Booty is R. Kelly's.
Yeah, Juicy Booty. I actually like Juicy Booty. So
Hey, did you see that guy that was singing that though?
That was
when he was
hilarious.
screaming that song? Oh my God, that was so good. That was
I didn't
so
see
good.
that.
What happened?
Somebody linked me.
It's
on his Instagram page.
Oh, I
He
didn't see
performed
it.
Juicy Booty. And
So,
the guy's,
There's a guy in the audience, and is that the Chicago? Is that Chicago? I mean Detroit. Yeah, I think it was Detroit.
Yeah.
And the guy just singing.
Oh,
really
yeah,
loud.
yeah. I know what you're talking
That's
about.
everybody that say they don't listen to his music when they be at his concert.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't expect too many
57,
guys.
I
to
didn't
sing that,
hear
though.
not one. Then they go to the concert and be just as loud as him. Whatever I said.
Right.
That was in it. He was screaming that. Oh, it was. I love that. I love when the fans do that.
He was waiting for Chris to do that song. He was excited. He was excited.
Anytime it's a collaboration video, it's like then you gotta get everybody's schedules together. Like they try to do.
Do we really want to see R. Kelly in a video? Because I don't.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm
Can
not
we
here to
flip and make
judge
a
the man.
remix
I
of
just
Bruno?
like him.
Yeah. I mean, he makes
I
good
do want him
music.
to
I mean,
fix it and put Bruno on it. That would be dope.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't like him. He's great. Aw.
but I'm not against him.
I'll take him over Francis.
Yeah, I'm not against him. I like some of his songs.
Yeah.
Like on this new album, I like a few songs.
Because they've been trying to get Christopher out of here with him. They've been trying to get him to replace him so bad.
How?
I don't know.
They tried to replace Chris with Jeremiah, who was adequate, but no.
Right.
And they tried to replace him with Jay. Are you kidding me? He broke his
Okay,
neck
let's
trying
go.
to-
Let's move on. Let's move on. You brought up on.
I know.
Let's move
It's
on.
yeah. I'm sorry.
Who the hell on?
He is the diet version, tap water.
Oh my god.
Gosh. Oh my God.
I saw somebody
He will
tweet-
always be the great value version.
Yeah.
Always. Every time he performs, what is it? Great value version.
that this is the kitten heel of Chris Brown. Like, that's the kitten heel.
He is the kitten heel. Oh my goodness. Kitten heels are awful.
Oh my god.
goodness.
Oh my god. They were saying that Chris is jumping on tables and all that stuff. That caused what is his name? M.
Oh, Miguel.
Miguel.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It said that Chris Brown caused it. There was a whole hilarious video on YouTube. This guy was like, "This is Chris Brown's fault." Chris Brown jumped and made it look easy, and Miguel thought
I know
he
his
could
little
do the
legs
same
don't have the
thing.
distance. I don't know why he thought that was a good idea.
Oh my god!
He's
And he
short
had like
legs,
church
you know?
shoes. He can dance and sing, but it's just like you can't jump like that. You're little. And
Yeah.
with some leather shoes, no. And slam,
He's
man,
another
the
one.
slam on that girl's neck. See?
You just jump into the social commentary because we can put this anywhere you want. But
Okay.
what did everybody think about the post that Chris did, where it was an Instagram video where it was talking about basically eating meat and fish, and remember how the tables were turned to where
Oh,
the
right.
animals and the fish were the ones that were slicing and dicing humans.
Right.
But are you guys vegetarians? You guys think about being vegetarians? You cut back on beef? Or do you just eat it all? And what's everybody's thought on that? Let's go around and get everybody's opinion on.
Yeah, let's make
that.
the rounds. Okay, Shay, you want to give me what you thought about that?
I didn't see the video, but from what you're saying, it's I'm not a vegetarian. I do eat meat, but I try not to eat too much meat. So
Yeah, I'm going to give my opinion because I typically don't, but my whole thing is like we're in the food chain. Okay, there's a food chain, and we're at the top of it. Brain size and the opposable thumb gives us rule of this planet. And until something's smart enough and fast enough to make us prey, then and we're omnivorous. Humans aren't vegan. We're omnivorous. We're supposed to eat meat, and like you say though, Shay, not as much as we do. We eat too much meat, but we are. I mean, that you're not supposed to really gestate a human without eating meat. You will not get a properly developed human being if you don't eat meat. So and dairy, certain dairy. So I mean, that's my take on it. It's like I understand what they're saying, but it's like an extreme overthought, because that's my opinion. Because we are, omnivorous and we are on top of the food chain. Okay, CM, what was your opinion about it?
I mean, well, it didn't surprise me when he posted it, of course. But for me personally, just like going into 2018, I'm going into 2018 more of an alkaline diet. I am really looking at a lot of things, but for me, more of my stuff is more biblically based. So, of course, when I look at everything, it was, plants and things like that, water, ingestion of plants, water, that was enough. But, for me, it's just, I'm not vegetarian at all, but I only buy organic now. Thank God, all my kids are out of the house, so I can afford it now. So, because it costs to be healthy, it really does. So it's like I'm all in on, at least making sure the meat I do eat is farm raised, things like that, without all of this, other stuff added to it. And so that, that's me. I'm a chicken lover. People can, that's just me. I can eat chicken any way it's made. So I know I'm not going to stop eating chicken. I wouldn't even lie to anybody about that. But as far as everything else, it's like I said, I just try to buy organic, and that's how I eat now. So, and like I'm doing this alkaline diet, stuff like that. So I got it. I understood what he said. But that's, it is to the extreme, of course. But if you can do it, do it.
Right. D.
Well, I'm not anywhere near a vegetarian, but I do try to cut down on the meat intake, and I do try to eat organic. But you're right, Sim, it's expensive. But I'm also trying to go back to what some of the people used to do back in the day, like using apple cider vinegar and things like that. Go back to using lemons instead of salt.
Right.
I kind of stay away from anything that's white, so I stay away from white sugar, white salt, white flour, and I try to just eat, brown rice and more unbleached flour whenever I'm cooking. So I'm just trying to eat more healthy and be more aware of what I'm eating.
Right.
Hey, Jandy?
You're talking about where he had posted that up about the 528 hertz, like that post where he had everything kind of reversed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, I don't know. I had quit eating red meat back in the spring, and it doesn't have anything to do with vegetarian or nothing like that. I'm allergic to literally everything but water. So
Wow.
I quit doing it just because I'm trying to see, because steroids is in everything. So I'm just trying to see if that is going to help like tone down my allergies. I still eat chicken once in a while, but not as much as I was, but I did quit eating red meat just because of that. But mine's more of an allergy type thing. Doesn't have anything to do with, oh my God, you're horrible. You're eating a little animal. It's a live human being or a live creature. It doesn't have anything to do with that.
Right.
So, yeah.
What have you seen as a result since the spring?
I have felt a whole lot better. I've actually lost a lot of weight. Of course, I did start working out again back in October, but yeah, I think it's helped a lot. But again, I'm literally allergic to everything.
Okay.
So
okay.
I think it has helped me personally, medically. Anyway.
Okay.
Okay, Sade?
I found it pretty interesting because lately he's been talking about like all these frequencies and stuff. It's like, I know we're probably going to get into that topic of like he's becoming more one with himself and his spirituality and stuff. And I know a couple years ago in an interview he said he didn't eat pork or beef anymore. So,
Right.
but he's greedy, so who knows what he be eating when he's behind those doors. I know he did say that he doesn't eat pork or beef no more a while ago. Me personally, I'm young, so my metabolism is very fast. So I eat kind of horribly, but it doesn't stick. I'm 5'2" and 120 pounds. But I don't really like red meat. It never really digests well with me. It makes me feel really, I don't know, weird after I eat it. So I love chicken, just like Sia, that I can eat it any type of way. Fried, baked, it don't matter. I love it.
Right.
But try to not eat as bad because I know in my genetics, around 25, it starts to stick with the females in my family. And my mom is diabetic. My sister's pre-diabetic. And my mom has high cholesterol. So I was like, okay, I got to start cutting back. I turned 24 in January. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting older now. I have to watch what I eat.
Yeah.
Because it can cause a lot of medical issues in my genetics because of my family. But that's more for my health, reasons. But as far as I have a clean bill of health, but I know next year going into 2018, I will eat, less fried foods and I guess not as much burgers and eating out as much. I cook, but it's hard to cook when you work all the time. And it's so easy to buy fast food. That's society's way. Because you can go to Whole Foods and buy, a meal, but that meal's going to cost you like $60 at Whole Foods. And when you can go to McDonald's and get a number 5 for like $60.
Right.
That's how society, put it that way.
And that's how they want it.
Bad. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's cheaper to eat bad. But I get what he's saying. I get what he's coming from. And if he is like deciding to go vegetarian or vegan, that's just his, choice. I hope he's not one of those people that goes vegan and like push it down our throats like, eat vegetables.
At the same time, he did have a laughing emoji on it, so who knows what he actually feels about that? Because I mean, he had all these things, but he says he doesn't eat beef, but I also saw him with a plate of oxtails. So that's considered it may not be a cow, but it's a form of beef. So I don't know if he really believes in that, like I said, but I'm like, oxtail is beef. So, and he had two big old oxtails. And
he did. He had the whole plate. He got from a Caribbean restaurant. I'm like, he in New York.
I know that's why you're snickering. Every time he comes to New York, he goes there, though. He does.
Okay, so are we gonna
delete all the ish?
Yeah. Okay, are we gonna talk about? No, not even that part. But just we're talking about. I guess.
Him posting Ella.
Okay. Yeah. Wait a minute. Let's close out. Hey, D.
Okay.
D.
Heck, I'm here. I couldn't figure out where the button was. All I can say is like 75 degrees right now. But anyway,
don't show off.
Delete that part out. Delete all that
shit out. They can know how mean you are. Shoot.
But, so I just want to close it out by saying, I want everybody to go around and say, I know it's kind of corny to say what you're thankful for 2017, but let's close out and say what everybody's thankful for 2017. And for us, it's just particularly with the podcast, we just want to thank everybody for participating like we always do. I just want to hear what everybody's thankful for and for what they did, like about 2017. And then let's close out and make sure we all celebrate tomorrow night, bringing in the new year. That's what I say.
Okay, well, I'm going from the list here. I wish y'all could see your names on this list so you could know when to come in. But I'm going to start with Jay because she's first today.
Okay. I am thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my good health. I'm thankful for my job. I'm thankful for Chris. I'm thankful for you guys. And this year, it was a really, I would say, rocky year in terms of the world. But for Chris personally, this has been a really good year for him. He has been killing it in every way possible. And I'm just so proud of him. And I pray that it will be a better year for him and for us all.
Oh, great. Okay, CM?
Well, first of all, I am grateful that you guys started this podcast. I think it's a great platform just for his fans to come together and, try to find ways to, make a positive impact in the part that they play as fans, So I'm grateful for that. I'm actually grateful for my health. Every day that I get, I celebrate my birthday with a vigorousness because most of the women in my family, they died in their early 40s. So I have to give God thanks for that. And also just to be able to, finally understand my purpose and to be at a place where I really, truly don't care what anybody else thinks about it. And I do it with all my heart. And that's I am grateful to finally be in that place, not wandering along, what am I here for? So that's what I'm grateful for.
That's great. Oh, Dee?
I say I'm thankful for just, for me, 2017 was a lot of new beginnings and a not opportunity for me to totally relocate to Southern California, which was interesting, being away from family. But as far as like with the podcast and the fans and stuff, I'm thankful that it seemed like Team Breezy came back together again as far as being active. And just the numbers and the streaming and the impact alone shows that Team Breezy, they're the MVPs, because it just seemed like there was a renewed interest in promoting and supporting Chris's efforts, and then that in turn made Chris have a very successful year with, plaque after plaque after plaque. Like every week it seems he's getting a plaque for something. But it was good to see, people kind of let go of falling into the trap of being baited on the, clickbait or somebody doing a trolling tweet just to get a rise out of people. Seems like we got a little bit more aware of how things work, and it was just great to see the streaming impact, because that's 580 million, and it's a lot of it's Team Breezy, but a lot of it's everybody else. I think it's just amazing. So that's what I'm thankful for.
Great. Jandy?
Wow, there's so much. Just, of course, my family, health, and all of that, and new friends. I've made a lot of new friends this year, just because of Chris, actually. All of you guys, and then, of course, my little clique in the chat room. And just everything all the positive things that have finally turned around for Chris this year. Too, but just I guess my biggest thing probably is just all the new friends and all the good things that are coming up. I'm going to go ahead and speak that into existence now. That's about to turn around for next year. There's some things that are in the works, and so I'm just going to speak that into existence now. So, but yeah, a lot of this is because of Chris. So I would have never ran into a lot of y'all if it hadn't have been for him. So
that's great. Okay, Sade?
I'm thankful for my house. I'm thankful that, this whole year of 2017, God has, made me wake up to see another day. I'm thankful for you guys. I think this podcast was a really dope outlet for us to get our point across and support Chris in a way that you don't necessarily have to be argumentative. Because, on Twitter, it can get crazy, and just like social media, it can be very rocky and very negative all the time. I feel like this is a positive outlet for us to come and speak like adults and come together in our support for him and make him thrive. I'm also, very, very thankful that he has finally got his inner peace this year. I feel like this year he has let go of any, doubts he had still within himself, being more positive and comfortable in his skin. And he's found his Zen mode, tucked away brisk, and, he's living his best life, if you will. And you let go of anything toxic, and that's just for me too. I'm glad that he let go of all toxic people, situations, and moving forward and flourishing. That's the same thing with my life. I've let go a lot of toxic people that was in my circle that I thought were there to, were there in my best interest, but they weren't. So once you finally realize that and you let go of those people, your life becomes so much more peaceful and happier. So I'm going to keep that same energy that I had this year. And 2018, just more positivity, more prosperity. And we're going to thug it out for the next 365 days.
Thug it out. Tammy? Oh, I guess Tammy's gone. Okay,
we gotta find Tammy.
I know. I guess for me, though, I my health was really bad last year. So, even though I'm not perfect, I'm glad that I'm thankful that I'm much better. And that's something to be thankful for, and I have to remember that. And actually, Sam, you really blessed me today. I think I told you your post today about positive, having positive thoughts and speaking positive things towards yourself, because I really have to remember that, last year I couldn't walk. Today, this year I'm walking with a cane. It doesn't matter. So, I've come a long way, and I almost died. So, I mean, that's a lot. So I'm thankful for my health as it is, even as it is. And I'm thankful for Chris, because he's, in the last really 9 years, it's really bizarre that I even became a fan of him. I think it's really kind of ordained in some way. But I've met people that I've gone on vacation with. I've met people just like, who blessed me and helped me in so many ways. Dee is young, but she's like a little lion, and she's inspired me in a lot of ways. And we've done this page together, and the three of us have never met. Believe it or not, we've been friends we've been doing this for really about 5 years, and we've never met in person. So I mean, that's a strong bond that Chris has created between people, just for that love of him and love of his talent and love of him as a person. And I'm really grateful for the way this year has turned around for him. I'm going to do, for Team Star, we're going to post a video, sort of a retrospective of the year. And, just look at so many things. That documentary seemed to be like a key thing that seemed to have freed him. And I'm glad whatever that did for him, that he finally got that, anything has to happen. I wish it had. I thought, it should have happened years ago, but no, it happened when it had to. He had to go through all these things to get to where he is today, and that's the same for all of us. So, I'm grateful for all of that, and I'm glad that this year has been an improvement over the last few years. So that's my take on it. Now, one thing I want to say before we go, we have a survey out, and it's just an end of year survey. It's only 10 questions. It'll take you not even 10 minutes, probably 2 seconds per question. But it's a fun little questionnaire about things, favorite songs and things like that over the course of the year. And maybe if we get a chance to vote on that, I may pin it to the page on Twitter until the podcast goes up again. So I think I may do that. So if you get a chance to just take a chance to take that little survey. Only a few people have taken it so far. And it's not like I said, it's not very demanding or time consuming, because I know people hate that.
Is it on Twitter?
Yes, it's on Twitter. Yes.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I'm looking now. Oh, I see it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's it. I mean, we really had a great year, and this podcast has really changed everything. It's only been a few months, believe it. It just seems hard to believe, but it's only been a few months, and we've come in leaps and bounds. So we're in the next year, we're going to try to make it even better, make it smoother for you, we hope. So we may have to have a little rough time as we, test out our new software, but things will be better and more professional and better sound and that kind of thing. So that's what we're trying to plan for the next year. And Dee, you want to close this out?
Well, I just want to say something. It'll be more professional in the technology side, but it's gonna be lit like it always was. So it's just we'll be able to record the lit part a lot better. That's all I'm gonna say. Because last week was lit. I'm telling you, it was lit.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, well, let's close this out, Dee.
I did close this out. I thought I closed this out. Happy New Year. Have a blessed year. Peace to the world. Happy New Year. Keep the resolutions you come up with.
Okay, so bye, everybody.
Peace, happiness, and love. Bye.
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 I mean, 2018.
Thanks for joining us on this episode, and we hope you'll join us again at the Vanguard.